Guys, we are back with what remains of Edith Finch. I know it's been a few weeks. So I just either put it off, or sick, or family sick, or going out on vacation. It just depends. It's one of those things, one of those excuses. I should have streamed earlier, but I didn't. I'm sorry. Alright. Right back at that. We are going through there. That's right. Oh, didn't want to go back through there. Turn back around. So we are here. Curious. There. I want to know what I wanted to see. I can go through. Okay, we're just gonna go through this. I know because I wanted to get the achievements for it. I was gonna say something real quick. I'll really wait for people to join in. There's got one achievement I missed. I need to go back for. At least one. Two. That's okay. So I just need to play through it again because I would like to complete this game. That'd be cool. It's a decent looking game. I enjoy it so far. It just took me a while to get back to it. Let me share this one more time. I was gonna share it too. Share to everything that I stream on. Use. Okay, cool. Alright. Alright. There we go.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
How do I do this again? Alright. That's not haunting to look at.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Okay, I'll grab that in a second. Divorce contract. What else did it? Oh, no. Hey, I was reading that. Sam Finch.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
And about that. Because of the cabin. That's so sad. Okay, teamwork, respect. Go that way in a second.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
What am I supposed to do?
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
now
remembered.
pronounce you husband and wife. Make him cry.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid.
That's so cool.
Nature
God, I
made
like the
story
visual of this
tent
game.
Dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
This is so cool.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Oh. His family is littered by fucking curses.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
This is so cool.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
How's everyone doing? Anyone in here? We'll see. It doesn't look like it, but that's okay. Share to again.
Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
That didn't sound normal.
But it didn't last.
Balloon fit.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
See, just looking to see if something happens. Let's see, because there's an achievement for sitting at the telescopes and the peepholes long enough to get commentary. There's commentary right there. I'm just curious if there's more to it. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer. What is that? Paint. That's pretty good there. Let's see, check on you guys. Anyone watching? Anyone here? Let's see, check on you guys. Anyone? Ooh, sounds good. Doesn't sound great, but it's okay. Alright. That's fine. Let's clear the land. What is that? Can I go up to that right now? Ah, God. The explorer in me wants to know. I will come back here if I have to. Okay, so that's someone else's story down there. Okay. So we need to go in here. sheep. That's cool. I need you. Oh, Jesus, man. I'm dying so young.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Hell yeah. The door downstairs. That's cool as hell.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Are we gonna go through the door?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back up real quick. Is there something I missed? Nope. Okay, back down we go. Alright, here we go.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Hey, welcome. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Everyone always told me to stay out
Ooh.
of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
That's so cool. That is so cool. One second. That's one way to go. This is cool. Let's see. We have all but Lewis, Sanjay, Don. That's it. We need 3 more.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
I wonder how familiar.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Oh shit, I was gonna say playing games on what? There's a big ass screen above my head. Okay, I'll check that in a second. I'm gonna see. Someone leaves, so that's not where I want to go. On Finch.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh my god.
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Can't grab it. What am I supposed to do?
wander.
Oh boy, what the hell?
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Look at this fish, damn it.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Doggy! Nice. Sorry, I'm not talking or anything. I'm trying to focus, make sure I don't cut my hand off.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
This game's really, it's really interesting how it does all this stuff.
He talked about starting a band.
That's far.
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery, but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Oh, wait a minute.
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Mario.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
Stuck.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. but he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world...
I'm trying not to cut off my hand, sorry if anyone's talking or something. I'm like focusing, I'm like, okay.
And then
It's gonna make me cut off my own hand in a minute.
The real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Whoa. That was crazy. That was a very in-depth type thing. There's nothing I missed.
We began to forget the world we know.
That's cool. What the hell?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Off we go. Hey, welcome guys. How you doing? How's it going?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Oh no.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
This is not going to be good.
Including the wise Caliphate who had insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
Is everything gonna be good? Music loud too. I don't know if it's hearing it though.
There was only one thing left to do.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, good time to join.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who
Damn, that's
knew.
sad. That's sad as hell. Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate that very much. Welcome to the stream, guys. How you doing? Just starting to get back into the swing of streaming. It's been a couple weeks. Still new to this, so gotta get used to this grind.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Still packing peanuts on the ground.
But I understand why we left.
Milton's missing, that's right.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Oh. There's nothing in the kitchen real quick. It's a slow style game, so I apologize, but the story's been really good. And I also stream on Saturdays. Right now it's Evil Within. I do Scary Saturdays though, so after I finish Evil Within, I'm gonna replace it with another game. I'll go to the second Evil Within shortly after. But right now, I'm gonna go finish Evil Within, then I'm gonna take a break from Evil Within, go to something else. Maybe like, well, it's kind of same style, but maybe Vampire or something else.
But it had to end one way or another.
Gotta look at some games that look good, or if there's any games that you guys might like that's on PlayStation. I would be up to recommendations. Oh.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Not good. I need to get Archie.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
There we go. So it's like, come on. Some of this game is very touchy, so you have to like hit it precisely.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
Oh. It's so dark, I can't see anything right now.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
It's a good story, this game.
That night, the tide went way, way out.
Beautiful too. Love the art style for this game. I definitely want to play more games like this after I finish this one.
And last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in,
welcome in. How you guys doing?
my way. I got turned around.
Jesus.
I started seeing things.
Pretty.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain.
Whoa.
But that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Oh, no.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
The way it does this stuff is so cool.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
Sad, sad game.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Yeah, I gotta play more games that are like
If
this.
we lived
I heard,
forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things.
I can't remember what
But
games
as it
are. I have
is,
to look again.
I think
There's
the
some
best
good
we
ones,
can do is
apparently.
try to open our eyes.
There's some good ones.
And appreciate
out there,
how
apparently.
strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh no. Hopefully it did go that way.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at
Jeez.
all. Good luck.
Wow. Insane. Wow. For Shirley Dallas. It's a great game. E. Dallas, creative director. Josh Joseph, protective director. Chelsea Ash, lead dick, ignition assistant. This game is fantastic. Definitely recommend people playing it themselves. Cool. Definitely recommend people playing this. Fantastic game. Beautiful story. We'll wait through these things and then I'm gonna see, depending on how long we got. Might try to go through and get to the last of the achievements. Beautiful game. Definitely would play again. Look, something. So these are the games that are apparently like this, or style like this. Everyone goes home, or everybody gone to the rapture, gone home, the beginner's guide, Dear Esther. They're outdated, but it's still beautiful. This one says, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. This one, yeah. Stanley Parable, but that's not like that. But I need to play games like this. This is a fantastic game. I'm gonna sit through some of the credits. Observed it fantastically. I love that story. I'm gonna like platinum this game. That's what I want to check to see how, what achievements are left. Because this is a beautiful game. That's cool. I didn't know I'd be a fan of games like this with how slow they are, but the story like this one was so good. It felt slow still, but it was a good one. It was really good. Man. Appreciate people watching, no matter how little or how long you watched. That's cool. I like how they did that. Playtesters. That's really cool. In loving memory of Lewis Finch. The Edith Finch team. Edith on Lewis 2022-2017. The end. Replay a story option now available to select. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Okay, so before we do that, I'm gonna check what achievements. So you're not gonna see me for like 2 seconds because I have to look at the achievements I need. I missed one. So Calvin, the little girl, Finch National Park, photographer, and replay story. Okay. So we are gonna go to. This one first. Yes. I gotta play through most of this one.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Good.
I kept eating and eating.
Gross.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
This game is wild. I was kind of just running through this because it didn't take too long.
But the bird was really scared.
Because I don't got all night, work tomorrow. But, oof, that's scared. But I want to try to finish get the achievements for this.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. The babies were all gone. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl.
Yeah,
First,
this is wild.
all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. His face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
Got you.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking,
Yeah.
but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
This game is so wild. So the achievement I need is coming up in a minute.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
There we go. That's how we do it. Left stick.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Where'd you go? Where'd she go? Got lost. There she is. Bam, 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 bam. Oof. Wait, controls of this are weird. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam.
But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water.
This is where the other achievement is.
Everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Oh, here it is, right here. Ooh, someone else. Right this way. Into this room.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
This is the achievement right here. Oh no, I'm stuck. There we go. Yeah, see? Let him finish. That was Edith, isn't it? We'll finish this real quick. Finish this story, and then I'll go to the next one.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have.
How's it going?
So
Thanks
I
for coming.
swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Well, thanks for watching.
I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Thanks for coming, guys. Hope you're doing well. So that is one of the achievement ones.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
So we are going to replay a story. But first, we need to see what achievements are next. So achievement next: play cabin story again. Take a picture with a rabbit outside. Okay, so take a picture with a outside Odin Finch National Park. So the one I remember, which one was the photos? I think it was Sam. I think it was Sam. Let's see. Pretty sure it was Sam. Yeah, photos right here. Yep.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
What? Am I gonna have to shoot me?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never
There.
forget this
Where is
weekend,
the
Dad.
rabbit?
That's the spirit.
Oh, there's a rabbit out here. Where are they? Where's the rabbit? There it is. Okay. Nope. Where is it?
Smile, Dawn.
I'm looking for the rabbit. Outside. Try to find this rabbit for the achievement. Oh man, it could be anywhere right now. think it's near one of us, that way it's easier to find. Car, truck, no. So it's outside the park, so it should be here somewhere. I just can't see it. Scan this area a little more. Ah, there it is.
Please just take the damn picture.
Yeah.
Hey, language.
I played this one too.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Appreciate it. This game has been so good.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Very much. Alright, let's see. Where are we going now? The story for this was so good. I finished the story already for this, so I just finished it like what, 15 minutes ago? Now I'm just trying to finish the last achievements because I want to platinum this. Where am I supposed to take a picture of over here? Is it her? Sparkle, sparkle. Nope. Where am I supposed to? Ah.
I should not have drunk all that coffee.
That's still why I take.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
That's funny.
I'm just saying. I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it,
Tell you the
Demon.
truth, I haven't
Thank
been
you
out
for
here
the follow.
in 3 years.
Childish Mamba. Appreciate it. Childish Mamba. Shane, is that you? Childish Mamba?
Last time I was with
Appreciate
my
you
brother
guys.
Calvin.
Appreciate all the people following.
That was a great trip.
Been fun. Fun night. Almost done with this game.
Your grandpa's
There's certain
friend taught us
games
how to fish,
that
how to build a fire.
I looked up that because I like playing this the first time I
Found
played
an
it,
old logging trail.
and
There were deer everywhere.
the first part I played before I even finished it, games like the
I bet
style,
if I could
so
remember where that trail
I might
was,
have to
we'd
try to
spot a buck
find
for you in no time.
track those games down to play on the PlayStation, because this one was a really good
Give me a minute to
story,
check them
and I
out.
like the art style and everything for it.
Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Let's see.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Yeah, that camera flash is bad. It is so bad. I noticed that too. It's like, it's worse than Call of Duty flashbangs.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Where is she? There she is.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Appreciate the follow.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you need to be strong. Great shot, Don.
Whoa, great pictures. Oh.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Run.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
That flame flash is ridiculous.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Yeah, this is... Have you played this? Have you played this one?
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Yeah. It was on a timer, so like that's what it caught. But yeah, that was. So this is the story of what remains of Edith Finch, and all these pictures you see is their family tree, and you go through each story of how they passed, and it was very good, really good story. Some of these were sad. Some of these were really good, though. You go through this whole labyrinth of a house. I'll show you what it looks like. This is the outside of it, but it's so good.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Yeah, that flash, though, was absolutely insane. Yeah, you go through this little labyrinth. I've, like I said earlier, I completed this game already. I'm just going through trying to get all the achievements. And I got one more to do. It's Calvin's story, but like it has all these
my mom and Edie got really close.
nooks and crannies you go
both
through,
lost a lot.
all this stuff. It's so crazy. It's so cool. Have you played this one yet, Shane? I think you're Shane. Sorry if I'm wrong. Have you played this indie game? Childish? Like, oof, this one was tough. This one was a tough one. But I'm gonna go to replay a story. Okay, I go to Calvin. This is not yet, at least. There was a couple of them. It's such a good one. So like, you'll see, like, certain stuff work a different way. So for the achievements, I have to replay a couple of missions because I missed it, or one of them actually wanted you to replay the mission actually. So you got this one, and you learn this story. So you'll see this one as well. This is.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Perfect one to play through, right?
He never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that, Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Yeah, this game. It's pretty much you go through all the deaths of the family.
That's
and
what
it
I want to
is
remember about my brother.
a sad one at certain parts. Yeah. What? This is how.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember
Yeah.
trying to do the exact same thing.
See, so you go through and you see some of these. I'll show you once I close this book and I open it. That should be the last achievement I needed.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Yeah. So I'll show you what this one looked like. Go to replay. So each story, like some of these guys, like look, the baby. That's 1. 11. We got some young people over here. Yeah. Milton. We don't really see too much Milton's. He disappeared. He went missing. Yeah. This is the very first story. I'm trying to think of a good one. One of the good ones that was to play through. They're all pretty good, but which one was the one that stood out? Yeah. This one was really cool. Is it Barbara's? I think I like Barbara's a lot. I'll show you Barbara's.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Watch this. This is how, like, crazy it is to explore this house. All the rooms interconnected through passageways. See, this is the one I was in originally. The Sam one, the twins. Then you come back through. Because the doors, they sealed the doors to the house so people would stop. Her mom, who you're playing as, sealed the doors to the house so they would stop going into these rooms. But go through all this. See the seal on it? Well, they sealed a lot of the doors. Yeah. I noticed that too when I first played it. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, and then you go through. And all of them interconnect and shit. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, come through this. See the game, see all the, you go to Fort Sam, you got the Fort Calvin, space, got the flu. Yeah, and then you go through this side. It's cool how you figure out which ones go where too. It's like, because I've already been through it, because I'm where I'm going and stuff like that, it's already open. But oh, this way I can show you that was cool. Okay, so look. This is for Barbara. She was a movie star. You see them?
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
And so this is, they built custom peoples for each of the rooms, and it has the day they died, the year they died, and stuff like that. Definitely. You know, it goes all the way up through this stuff, all the way down to the huge ass thing. Now I'll show you this one. This one was really cool. You might like this. I think you'll like this one.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale.
The way they do this stuff.
America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it the surprise ending of Barbara Finch.
Like the way this game like pulls you into these other stories is crazy.
Star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box.
And that was real.
The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Listen.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Go. Yeah! I got achievement for that earlier too. I was just messing around and it was like, clean off the table. I was like, hey!
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill.
There's the hand, the table saw he slipped into. I don't know how they got the rights to use this. It's crazy. Yeah.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand.
I've seen Slasher.
And windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Not. She played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
So good.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real ear eater.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Mm-hmm. And then show you the cool part about that. You go through, back through, yep, go back through.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Mm-hmm. And if you just see it was repaired. I didn't notice that last time, actually. That's cool. You see it was repaired, really fell. And then, here is the music box. And there's the key. That. Love that. And there's the pool table. And the table roll that you cut his hand on.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
This game is wild. So the story is about like a family that had
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
just riddled with bad luck. Pretty much just completely riddled with bad luck. Now I'm just playing through to show you some of the stuff because it might be a fun one for you to play. It's a slow one, a little indie game, but it's fun.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Good.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal.
Mm-hmm.
Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
This is kind of like Encanto and Bruno, where he ran away from the home, but he just stayed
I know it's
inside
out there somewhere.
the house.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
Their curse.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Yeah.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
Yeah.
I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
It's been it was a really good game.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Crazy game. What Remains of Edith Finch? Fantastic game.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
And it wasn't a very long game, only a few hours. I played it like 2-3 hours the first time I streamed it, and then I played it however long I've played it today. So you played it all the way through, it'd probably be like 3 hours. It was a good game. I want it more like this for sure.
And when you look at the house...
Yeah, look at that house.
That history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Yep.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
The little girl from earlier, I don't know if you were there watching it, with the cat dream. Calvin, who launched off to the swing set. Sven, I don't know if I got the Svens yet. Edie, I don't think I got to yet in the stream. Walter, who lived under the house. Barbara, who was a movie star.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea.
Odin is the founder.
My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
The first.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Yeah.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Yeah.
Her dad had been pretty strict.
Live it
but
under
wasn't
the,
enough
yeah.
to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
There's a lot of good stories. So Odin was the founder. We tried to leave.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
I didn't see that last time, actually. That's cool. So Milton went missing, and whenever you go through the house, you see flyers for him all over the place.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Crazy. 22 weeks pregnant and you're doing this shit. And this should take us back to...
I never met Grandpa Sam, but
Sam.
I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Sam was the one that fell off. His twin brother was had the astronaut
They were
room.
both pretty intense.
Where we were. Yeah. This is a wild game. What was the other one? Oh, that one goes into that one. Looks like. The visuals of the stuff, though. So, like, I'll show you the visual of this one, and then I'll be done for the night, just because it's getting late. And I gotta work tomorrow. But this is cool too.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
A little small, peaceful one, but it goes cool.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Oh, that's right. Fly the kite.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
And this takes it everything.
Thunder sounded much too close.
Just for the sake of the story, it looks so sick.
But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Mm-hmm. But that. And then you come here. I just did this earlier. Yeah, you come
My
up
mom
through
moved up
here.
to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
And this is where... Oh, you see more of this?
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
See, there's the missing flowers from Milton.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
It's
For
just
a while,
wild
things were
how it
good.
all works out.
Almost normal, but it didn't last.
Two are and we're done. Yeah, this is a really good game. Might be something you want to play by yourself,
The beginning
but
of
it
the
was
end
really
was
good.
Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
No date on it because he's
After
missing.
Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a
Oh.
room full of paintings.
She disappeared. This one I'll show you because there's nothing crazy. It's like because he's missing. I don't think he has a whole story. He has something really cool though. You'll enjoy this one. Yeah, beautiful visuals. Watch this. Perfect timing to say that because watch this.
Milton Finch in the magic paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
I just I like that part so much. And then
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
there's that door they showed. Didn't see anything with it though. Yeah, but yeah, it was just a symbol of him leaving. Much.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Yep. But I'm gonna leave it there because I gotta go to bed. But that was a fantastic game. So Saturday I'll be hopefully finishing the first Evil Within, and then next Wednesday I will find another game to play. Because this will replace it's whatever Wednesdays I was using for Warzone. I just call it whatever Wednesday so I can stream whatever. And Saturdays are normally scary or spooky Sunday, so I can play those kind of games. There is a game that I want to play that's called Vampire. I think it's like a detective vampire thing. So I might play that either on Wednesday or after I beat. Have you played that one? Yeah, so Evil Within's almost done. I'm on chapter, I think 12 or 13, and it's only 15 chapters. I'm almost done with that one. And once I finish that one, I'm going to take a break from that one. Before going straight into the second one, I'm going to either play, for Saturday, I'll probably play something shorter, just to, have just a little brief from it. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to find maybe another indie game to play, instead of doing a long story-based game thing. Because this was visuals were really pretty. It was a really good story. Nice little story. So, the weekends will be for, my longer games, and this will just be a little short, sit down, play, talk kind of thing. Appreciate you watching and talking, man. It was nice. Talking a lot helps. The followers, thank you for who followed me tonight. Let me see who it was. It was you, Saudis, Arch, and Chronic Damon. Appreciate y'all. Love you. And I'll see you guys next time. Saturday. I'll see you guys Saturday. Alright, be safe, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye.